Welcome back. It's now 6:47. Well, a few years ago, a movie came out called The Green Book. The movie was based on a true story of a renowned black pianist riding through the South in the 1960s. Well, the dangers of traveling while black during the early to mid 20th century were very real to a lot of people. One place, though, that made travelers from across the country feel safe was in Macon's historic Pleasant Hill neighborhood. And now a community is coming together to restore it to its former glory.
Peace and blessing, my brother. All right.
Familiar. That's how many people describe the corner of Pursley Street and 2nd Avenue in Macon. Not just for the thousands of kids who've passed through the doors at L.H. Williams Elementary School, but also for people just traveling through Macon.
Specifically, she did talk about how people could come here, and this was a safe place.
George Muhammad remembers his mom talking about the gas station on the same corner in his Pleasant Hill neighborhood. The safe place, he came to realize, was listed in this book.
Macon is really at the center of Georgia, one of the major stops for the Green Book.
Victor Hugo Green created the Negro Motorist Green Book in 1936. It was a guide for black people traveling through places where Jim Crow was law.
Places that you could go and be respected, where you could go and get gas, or where you could go and get food and not have to go to the back door or not have to eat in your car. Hotels you could stay in, So it was a manual for, how to survive when you go down south.
Anderson Service Station was one of those safe havens.
These were garage door bays where you could pull your car in and get your car serviced.
Arion Smith never knew the store as Anderson's, but he knows the feeling the space unpacks.
Going to L.H. Williams as a kid, we used to come here right after school. So it just was a place in the community that we came. It was safe to come.
It's part of the reason he's now revitalizing the old store.
To just have something fully functional for our community that's just not taken away from our community. If our community comes here, support this store, the money goes right back into our community.
The new name, Four-Way Corner Store.
If you've been outside, you could know it's a four-way intersection.
A crossroads, giving gas to Smith's vision of this space, being filled with fresh fruit and veggies in an area that's long been a food desert.
It's a struggle because, nowadays everybody doesn't have transportation. So a regular trip that might take you 15, 30 minutes to an hour, going through making transportation may take 3 hours, with also holding groceries.
While Smith is getting his store up and running, Muhammad says he'd like to see a historical marker fill up the front of it.
It will represent that we are on the road to resurrection, to being who we are and to bringing Pleasant Hill back to where it should be.
I want to be on the right side of history.
Well, Anderson's wasn't the only stop in Macon, though it was the only gas station. I took a look at the 1948 Green Book. There were 15 stops in it, including hotels, restaurants, beauty salons, and tailors. Now, some of those are still standing today. You might recognize them, the Douglas Theater and Ruth Hartley Mosley's home. Well, you can find the other stops in Central Georgia in the story on our website, 13wmaz.com. And Smith says he is shooting to open this store next month.